Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over our Week 6 Supreme Arena defenses, but before we get into that, I just want to make a really quick announcement. So I took my first sponsorship from LD Shop recently, and while I was really excited about that, I can no longer promote them. So my affiliate link will no longer be active, and moving forward, I'll just be focusing on the game, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to work directly with AFKJourney. But until then, we're just going to be focusing on gameplay, so LD Shop link will not be working anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out our first set of teams. I think we have 4 sets to go over this week, and some of them are pay to win, some of them are mid-spender, free-to-play friendly. You know, I tried to hit as many ranges as I could with these teams. So the first team on our first set is a Kalin, Niru, Ludovic, Shamira, Damon team. So we've got the whole family in here, and then we've got Kalin and Ludovic to add protection and healing, and we're going to use Pack Bond spell with this team because any damage they take, they will be sharing, but also any healing that Ludovic does will be shared amongst the team too. So Ludovic could be really good with Pack Bond, I feel like, especially because he can heal a ton. So I'm interested to see how this team plays out. It's already a strong team as it is, and with an artifact like this, it could be even stronger. So that's going to be team 1 on the first set of teams. Team 2 is then going to be a Thaydor, Faramore, Rowan, Aaron, and Siren team, with the Phantomal, the Wilder Phantomal being the closest one to the front, so that Lily May blocks them instead of Aaron. And the goal of this team is to have Thaydor feed energy to Faramore, giving him enough energy to trigger the energy potion from the Rowan, which will get him to a full energy bar, and then all he needs to do is walk forward to the grouped up enemies that Aaron tornadoed together and get his ultimate off. And by the time that happens, I'm hoping Siren will be pretty close to his own ultimate, and he'll just regroup them all up inside of Faramore's sword, and it'll just be a ton of burst damage. And that's one thing I wanted to remind you guys is we, up until now, have had a 100% HP bonus buff to all the teams in Supreme Arena. However, that buff ended last week, so I don't know if we're going to get a refresh on that buff or if it's just going to go away. And if it does go away, we are going to be seeing a lot more success from burst teams than we are any other teams. So yeah, Burst might be king for a little bit in Supreme Arena, unless they refresh the buff timer or whatever for that 100% HP boost. But anyway, we're also on map 2 here, so Hugin's going to provide a shield for anyone that moves 4 tiles within half a second, which none of these heroes are really going to do that, so this isn't really going to be anything that helps our team out. But we are going to be able to do quite a bit of burst damage with this team. So I'm interested to see how this team plays. So that's going to be team 2. Team 3 is then going to be a Bonnie, Lily May, Ravion, Tassie, Citrana team. So we have a Bonnie, Citrana dot damage team with Ravion providing extra lives to our Lily and our Bonnie. This also gives our Lily a growth stack. And then we have Citrana granting sparks to everyone except for Lily because she's too far away, but that's all right. And then we have Tassie in here to hopefully, you know, prolong the fight, revive, get ultimates off while the dot damage is ticking down. And we have basically all magic damage dealers except for Ravion, but we also have Seismic Spell artifact. And that's that artifact does magic damage itself, so that's going to help spread Bonnie's dot damage. And with Citrana's sparks granted to everyone, including the Phantomal, it should ignite the whole enemy team within the first few seconds. So we should get some pretty good results from this team. So that's the first set of teams. Let me get the next set pulled up, and we'll start talking about that one. Alright, so for our first team in the second set is the classic Bonnie, Niru, Siren team with Kalin and Shamira on it. This has just been being very successful for me so far this season in Supreme Arena, so I'm just going to recommend this team again on map 1 for this week using Seismic Spell. Then map 2, we have the Hugin thing, and what we're going to do here is run Aaron and Olmus with Citrana, Thaydor, and Shakir. So we just got the Aaron Olmis, the Thaydor, Shakir, Citrana team that I really like to run. And this will be good because Shakir, as soon as the fight starts, he's going to cast his ultimate and he's going to jump across the battlefield, and that's going to give him a huge shield from the Hugin, giving him a ton of survivability right away, and it should make this fight pretty strong for this team, give them a decent advantage. So that's going to be team 2 for the second set, and then team 3 is the Lily May one-shot team with Perseus. So we've got Zandrock, Leica, Perseus, Ravion, and Lily, and this is going to give, and we're using Divine Favor, and this is going to give both Lily and Perseus full growth stacks, so they will be as strong as they possibly can be, and it should give some good results. Like I said, without that HP buff, Burst is going to be very, very good this week. So yeah, that's the third team for the second set of teams. Now let's get the next set pulled up, and then we'll take a look at the last set. Alright, so the first team on our third set of teams is an Aaron Olmis Thaydor team with Leica as the lieutenant this time, and then we have Shakir next to them. And the combination of Thaydor and Leica is extremely strong. It does a ton of burst damage, and it's really the only way to stop the Leica from doing this ultimate is by running Dunlinger. So if the enemy doesn't have a Dunlinger on their account, this Leica is going to do her ultimate, and it's going to cause a lot of damage. The Nebula Reflection that she puts down, it equals out to a lot of damage because all the heroes that are standing in it and fighting, which will be pretty much all of these guys, it causes them to do extra damage, and it really, really hurts the enemy team. So it should be pretty good with Aaron grouping them all up, Olmis rooting them down, Thaydor and Shakir doing damage to them, and then Leica getting her ult off at the same time. It's going to be pretty deadly, I think. So that's team 1. Team 2 is then going to be an Igor Thalia team with Bonnie, Siren, and Niru. So we're going to get Bonnie's dot damage activated really quickly. Igor and Athalia are both going to benefit from the Hugin buffs on this map because they can both move a lot of tiles in a very short amount of time, and that's just going to be really good for them. So yeah, I feel like this team could be very successful on this map. So if you can run it, you could always just run this instead of the other teams. But yeah, that's the second team for the third set of teams. And now let's look at the last team here. So the last team is going to be another Lily May Perseus one-shot team, because it's, like I said, it's just going to be really good to run burst teams this week, I feel like. And we are running Ravion, Perseus, Lily with Zandrock and Faramore, because Leica is on team 1. So Faramore is going to give a buff to Perseus, Ravion is going to give a second one, Zandrock a third one, and then we can get a fourth one from the Blood Moon artifact, granting its buff to my team. And then Lily is going to get a stack from Perseus, Ravion, and Zandrock. So they're both going to have 3 stacks, and then 3 seconds into the fight, they'll get their 4th stack from Blood Moon spell, and that will give us our maximum damage. So that's team 3. Let me pull up the last set, and that'll be the pay to win set, so just give me 1 second. Alright, so for our pay-to-win set of teams, our first team is going to be a Dio team with Ravion granting a Nectar stack, Leica granting another Nectar stack, and then Perseus giving the 3rd Nectar stack. Now, one thing to keep in mind also is Perseus is going to get 3 growth stacks on this team also. So it's kind of like a hyper-powered Lily May Perseus one-shot team, except Lily May's not on it. Dio is taking Lily May's spot, so we won't be blocking any ultimates. However, Dio is going to do his mythic skill super fast in this fight, because you don't need to wait for his nectar drinking animation to trigger his to trigger his mythic skill. As soon as he gets the 3 stacks, he will shoot his mythic skill up into the air, and it will burst the entire enemy team. And then Perseus is going to be running forward, destroying any heroes that may have survived. So this should be a pretty strong team. I'm interested to see how this works out. I think I'm going to actually run this set of teams for the start of this week, and then I'll probably switch to my other ones. But yeah, I'm excited to see this team on defense. And then we're running Divine Favor spell so we can get Perseus an extra growth stack. So anyway, the second team is a Dunlinger, Bonnie, Citrana, it's a Dunlinger, Athalia, Bonnie, Seda, Niru team. And we're running Seismic Spell because Seismic Spell does magic damage, and that's going to help us spread Bonnie's dot damage if the Dunliner or the Seda fails to give us an extra dot damage stack, whatever it's called, the decay buff or whatever from Bonnie. And Dunliner is going to be shutting down ultimates, except for Seda's, which isn't really a big deal because Bonnie's still going to be able to do her damage. And Hugin can also provide Bonnie a shield because she can move up to 4 tiles when she is in danger. So that can grant her a shield, make her CC immune, and it can just be really nice for her. Thalia can also trigger the shield when she's doing her vengeance skill and everything. So. And then also when Seda does her ultimate, she will teleport to wherever, and that will give her a big shield. So this team could work out pretty well in this map with the Hugin buff. But that's team 2, and then team 3 is going to be a Kulu team, and it's going to have Kulu, Kulu, Shamira, Siren, Ludovic, and Callan. So Callan protecting everyone, Ludovic healing everyone up, Kulu putting the wall up, Shamira getting her ultimate off, and Siren getting his ultimate off. And we're using Pact Bond spell for this team because they are going to share in damage and in healing, and I feel like Callan and Ludovic are going to be really, really good with this Pact Bond spell. I have a feeling they're going to be really strong with it. So anyway, that's the third team for the fourth set of teams, and that's going to be about it for our video today. So hopefully you guys can run some of these teams, got some ideas out of this and all that kind of good stuff. Remember, I have a Discord link down below, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownies, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.